Hello and welcome to the latest tutorial in the Create Your Own Tardis series. This is part 4. We're going to be creating the doors in this tutorial. This tutorial is made in Blender 2.54b. If you have the newest version, which is 2.55, I'm sure that will be okay. Anyway, last time I left you, we had created the top bit here, and also the frames of the doors. Now, the doors should be quite a quick job, really, but looking at the frames, I have noticed that there is a slight strange bit here. It should really just go straight from here. It should just be straight down there, but there's an angle here which I'm not quite sure why it's there, but it is. So I'm gonna try and fix it. So right, so what we just want to do is we just want to take out that bit there and that bit there, and now we're just going to join these up by selecting those F, selecting those bottom ones F, down there, F, triangle there as well. I'm also going to select the top bit here, F, then all those there, that bit there, F, and that is our door frame nearly fixed. What we do have to do though, I think, is we're going to have to go into top view, which is 7, and I'm going to press Z to go to wireframe view. Let's just zoom in here by selecting that and pressing dot. Now actually those are pretty lined up, so what I'm just going to do is I'm going to select these vertices up here. I'm going to drag them in so we don't have the strange angle. Back into top view. Now, as you can see there, those things are completely off. So what I'm just going to do, I'm going to box select these ones, which is just B, and then dragging that kind of box over those 3 vertices here. Now I'm just going to move it until it matches up with the grey bit on the other side. See it linked there. So I'm not sure if you can see it on the recording here, but it will look exactly the same as that. There. Right. So that is our door frames completely finished for now. There we go. Now we've got our frame here, we can get on with creating our doors. So, basically what we could do is we could just add a plane here, which is what we're going to do, but we could just add a plane here, you know, just roughly shape it out into our door. You know, just randomly place it somewhere and then put it in. But I want to be a bit more precise than that, because otherwise we have to go around a lot of messing around later, where we try to fit it in precisely and try and get all the shapes right, and we have to mess around with an array modifier and stuff like that. Instead, I'm just going to put it precisely in, use an array modifier, and you know, and then have it, you know, all right. So, basically what we could do is we could just put our thing here in our door frame, our 3D cursor, and then because when we add the plane in, it will be added to where the 3D cursor is, this thing here, at the end of our mouse. So if we just clicked here and Shift A, then we could add a plane. But I wanted to put it pretty much in exactly the position I want it. So to do that, I'm just going to go into edit mode with our door frame, and I'm going to select this whole bit here, and I'm going to press Shift S to bring up this menu here, the snap menu. I'm going to put cursor to selected. As you can see there, the cursor moves slightly, and so it's basically in the center of all those vertices that I selected. So now if I press Shift A, add a mesh plane, and then rotate it along the x-axis, so RX, 90 degrees, and then my left click. Also, if you got it slightly wrong, typed in the wrong number, then you can actually change the number here at the side here afterwards. But I do just want it at 90 degrees, so I'm just going to type it 90 again. There we are. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scale it roughly down so it fits in the frame. That sounds a bit stupid because I've been ranting on about getting it precisely, but I'm just going to press S, and then move our mouse in to it just like that. Now I'm going to press full stop on the numpad to zoom in on the plane that I've selected. And now, basically I just want to scale it up so it just has a tiny bit here, gap, where the door would have a gap. So there, I think that's about right. You can see it's pretty much exactly the same on the other side. Now I want to be slightly more precise on the next scaling bit. I want to scale it along the x-axis, so SZ, and I'm going to scale it up to get to there. Now I'm going to select these two, and I'm just going to press full stop to zoom in on them, and I'm just going to scale them up a bit more, so there's a bit more of a, so there isn't as much of a gap. Right, so the next thing we need to do is we need to make the sections in our door. Now we want to make them evenly, and the easiest way to do that is to make a set of loop cuts. So if I go into edit mode and I do Control R to make our loop cut, you see there's this purple line comes up. Now what I want to do is I want to make 4 even sections. So I can make more loop cuts by scrolling up on my mouse wheel, like that. Now if I make it to 3 purple lines, then as you can see it will have 4 different sections here, like that. So now if I left click, we have our 4 sections. Now if you don't have a mouse wheel or something, you can just add 1 cut, I think. So if I undo this and try it, do that, and then change the number of cuts maybe, or not. Okay, never mind about that. Fingers crossed you do have a mouse wheel. Anyway, so I've got my 4 sections. Now before I do anything else, I'm just going to select the rest of the sections here below that one, and I'm going to press X vertices. There we go. Now if you're wondering how I selected those, because sorry I didn't say, I pressed B and then dragged over these vertices, and it selects them all. It's called box select, and then deleted them vertices. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get those sections back with an array modifier. Now what you're probably saying is, why should I get rid of them in the first place then? Well, the truth is that if I just had them there, then I'd have to edit every single one, because basically I want a similar pattern with all of them. The kind of indented kind of box section here. I want an extra bit here that's kind of put inwards, extruded inwards, and I want that on all of them, and I want it to be exactly the same. So the easiest way to do that is just have an array modifier which copies them. So now what I'm going to do, see it's added it the wrong way, so under relative offset I'm going to change the 1 to 0 on the X one, and instead I'm going to press the Y. I'm going to change the Y one to 1. Oh, sorry, no, -1. There we go, and you see it's added an extra section. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the count to 4, and there we go. What the array modifier does, I have explained it in the other tutorials, but I'll try and explain it again, is basically you have the one bit here that you've copied down, and basically any changes you make to this, so if you move a vertice here, it will make to all the others, so you can get some pretty cool effects like that. Anyway, onto our door making. I'm going to zoom in on this bit. Right. If I press Ctrl R to make another loop cut, and what I'm doing is I'm just gonna, I press the loop cut until it's the purple line. I then left click and then drag. No, sorry, don't drag. Move it until it gets to the position, and then left click again. And then I just do that every different direction. I'm just getting a rough outline along the box, so I make it a little box in the middle. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now I'm just going to go to face select mode, right click on here, select the middle vertice, and I'm going to press X to delete it. Oh, no, sorry, not vertices. Try that again. If you did do that, press Ctrl Z to go back. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do X, and then instead of vertices, faces. As you can see, it's copied that all the way down. Now I'm going to do now is I'm going to press Shift right click, Alt right click, and that selects all these lines in the middle here. Making sure you right click on the middle line, and then I'm going to extrude inwards. And you can see it's doing that on all the others. And with all those still selected, I'm going to press F. There you go. So basically we have a little indent at each of them. The colour we've made them I wanted to look like glass, so see-through, and transparency down by 6. Now you can't actually see anything except on the little preview there. You can see through it slightly. Minimise that. And now I'm going to check the mirror thing, and I'm going to turn up the reflectivity. Just as long as and with that selected and glass selected here, I'm going to press Assign. As you can see, it's now added the material to all those, which actually I didn't want, so I'm going to undo that. Oh, redo. I'm just going to, select that again. Assign dark blue. There we go. Now, this top window here, I'm going to press P and then selection, and that's going to separate that top window from all the others. Right, now what I want to do now is add that